Good day, one and all, and welcome to an episode of the Brewing Labs. Now, for this episode, this has been interesting because I wasn't able to really get my 2 cents on the current core set that's coming up in a few weeks from now, kind of like beginning of July and such. By the way, quick 2 cents before I get like an opinion video out of it. Set looks pretty nutty. Like, there's a lot of solid reprints and a lot of really good solid cards. Now, when looking through that, this deck actually spawned from that kind of food for thought for the spoilers, because one card they spoiled, which I'll probably post in the little caption right next to the video here below, there was a card that got spoiled, which was the main character card of the set, Teferi, Time Masters. I believe it's Time Master. Well, it will say there. There was a really powerful new Teferi card that got revealed. And one thing that many people were kind of jokingly thinking about is if there was a way you can get to the ultimate, which the ultimate on it was, oh, get 2 extra turns. And some people were joking if there was a way you could do kind of like a proliferate style deck. And mostly me doing kind of like my fun food for thought brewing kind of came up with this contraption of a deck, so to speak, around the factor that, hey, it's probably the easier way that once core set comes out, you can probably splash a few Teferis in here and probably find a way to get to the ultimate relatively quick. But even besides that little side gimmick, this is still a pretty powerful deck. Now, for clarification, what the deck is brewed entirely around is Genesis Ultimatum. Genesis Ultimatum is green, 3 blue, and 2 red for a sorcery. It is part of the Ultimatum cycle that came from Ikoria, which were a bunch of very powerful 7-cost spells that are within the respective wedge of the Khan's wedges. So, specifically, what Genesis Ultimatum does, though, is look at the top 5 cards of your library, put in a number of permanent cards from among them onto the battlefield and rest into your hand, and then you exile the spell. So we're trying to use this to get extra Planeswalkers and extra lands onto the battlefield. Why do we want to make sure to have extra lands if we just want to get Planeswalkers? Well, it's because of the card like Evolution Sage. Evolution Sage is kind of our proliferate engine in the deck. Evolution Sage, 2 and a green for a creature, elf, druid. Whenever land enters the battlefield under your control, proliferate. So, as you could probably tell, this is a typical, we have the blue-green ramp package here, we have our growth spirals, we have our Uros, we even throw a few migration paths in here, and even top off with Genesis Ultimatum to find a way to put extra lands on the battlefield while Evolution Sage is on the battlefield and any powerful Planeswalker, so that we can get to the ultimate very, very quick. We also have other good proliferate targets besides the Planeswalkers, such as Stonecoil Serpent. I mean, it's a good early game play. Plus, if it gets bigger, really nice plus. Hydra Crazes, same thing applies, just good life gain card draw engine. Plus, if it gets bigger with the proliferate, very nice. Now, the Planeswalkers that we have that we're going to reach the ultimate for are a couple of pretty good ones. We have stuff like Moon Yanling Skydancer in here as a one-of, just a really good way to help negate some of the more aggressive decks in the format. Plus, if we can get to the ultimate of being able to draw a card, very nice. Plus, also just the ability to make a nice 4/4 Flying Bird token, very nice. Royal Scions, perfect for this deck. Just being able to draw and discard a card, really nice. But getting to the ultimate of drawing 4 cards, and when we do, it will deal damage to any target equal to the number of cards in your hand. Usually our grip is going to be pretty big once we kind of go off with the deck, so being able to use this as kind of like a finishing burn spell, or even early game like removal if we get to the ultimate, very nice. We also put in Chandra Fire Artisan, same thing applies here. It's a semi-draw, but we're mostly doing it to ultimate it and just draw, quote-unquote draw, which is the red draw, which is exile the top card of your library, you may play it this turn. Mostly we're doing the -7, which exile the top 7 cards of your library, you may play them this turn, for the specific purpose of whenever one or more loyalty counters are removed from Chandra Fire Artisan, she deals that much damage to target opponent or Planeswalker. Deals 7 damage directly to the opponent's face. Badoo. Tamiel, we don't really have an ultimate for Tamiel, but it is nice, just a good way to help protect our deck, be able to bring back pieces from the graveyard that we would need, that if any of them get milled in, so it's nice just to have Tamiel, and her static effect is perfect. We also put Nissa, who shakes the world in the deck, because she makes lands that puts counters on them, which then it also doubles our mana, but also just the factor that it synergizes well with the Proliferate deck, where, hey, we're going to proliferate the lands to get extra counters on them, make them bigger creatures. But also the ultimate, making our lands pretty much have indestructible, very nice, especially if we go against any Casualty of War shenanigans. We also put Vivian's Monster Advocate in the deck. Now, this one I actually put in because it's more kind of like a pet favorite card of the deck for me, but also I actually learned this trick actually from another content creator by the name of The Brewer's Kitchen. You should actually go check out his videos and animations. They are absolutely hilarious. And he also has some really good deck techs. But one thing that I learned from him when he actually brewed a whole deck around Vivia's Monster Advocate is its combo with Hydra Krasis. Well, basically what you do is you can -2 on the Vivian itself, and then you can cast Hydra Krasis for whatever Ets you want for it, which will help you then tutor for any card that you need in your deck. If we need an Uro, we need an Uro. If we want to get the Evolution Sage, which is kind of like one of the main core engines of the deck, there we go. Or even if we want to get a Stonecoil Serpent, which we really don't, but who knows, maybe there's be a rare circumstance where we might want to. I mean, maybe if we put like a Grumgold in the deck, so that when we tutor for it, it will still get a counter on it. Okay, that's a food for thought for later, but you get the point. You can tutor for any creature you need, which comes very, very in handy. So, perfect card for the deck. As well, pretty much Genesis Ultimatum, Finale. So, basically the point of this deck is to ramp, play our Planeswalkers, proliferate our Planeswalkers, and activate their ultimates. Now for the sideboard, it's kind of like your typical sideboard. We have 2 Negate, 3 Mystical Disputes, 2 Flame Sweeps, 2 Storm Wraps. Mostly I have the Intervention cycle in the sideboard, just in case. It could be a payoff for ramp, because Perfidos Intervention can be used as a semi-removal spell. / also, if we get like high in the mana, we can actually create just a big trample elemental and just swing in for lethal. Foss's Intervention helps tutor for combo pieces, and it's also good counterburn magic, so that is the deck. We're going to play a few rounds of, probably 1 or 2 rounds of best of 1 just to show off the deck, as well as maybe a traditional standard play if we have enough time with the video. Depending on how the deck goes, there's sometimes where this deck can be very long and dirtily, but there are also some times where the deck can go pretty fast. So, we're going against our first opponent, which is Horror Hero. Nevertheless, decent hand. We got Temple Mystery, we got Steam Vents, we got our Growth Spiral. We're gonna keep. And also for people who who skip straight to the gameplay and still want to see what the deck is, I usually provide a deck list in the captions down below. You just have to click the little arrow if it doesn't show it right off the bat. So I'll provide the deck list. It should be on AetherHub, so we shall show that off. Nevertheless, so good start. Temple of Mystery. We're all going kind of slow now, so we're going to go ramp, see if we can get a land. Perfect. So we're going to play the land. And if we get another land, there's the temptation to either go Migration Path, just to get 2 more lands, which then will help us. There is also Royal Scions, which is another good tempting target to cast. But this deck could be running stuff like Murderous Rider and such. Though on the other hand, being able to fish out the Murderous Rider might not be a bad idea. Yeah, actually I'm going to do it like that. We're going to play this. We're going to plus it to just draw and discard a card.
Let me synthesize the facts.
Which one should we discard? I think the Growth Spiral. So then now we can play stuff like the Evolution Sage, play a land, proliferate. Ooh, okay, it's a discard deck. Alright, Genesis Ultimatum. Okay, perfect. So we're gonna do this. Play the land. Proliferate the Royal Scions. Do we really want to draw and discard? It wouldn't hurt.
I will learn what nobody yet knows.
We could probably take out the Migration Path now, because we are at the point where we can ultimate the Royal Scions and just redraw a hand. Okay. Well, that's a little stinky. Question is, okay, the opponent's just going to go for face. Okay. I'm not going to complain on that. Not at all. So, we're going to minus... Actually, yeah, we're going to -8. We have a second one in the deck, so... So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 damage. We're going to deal 8 damage directly to the noggin. And see, there's a second Royal Cylons, and also that. But we're going to cast the Vivian. We're going to plus the Vivian, make one with Vigilance.
Diversity is our greatest strength.
Okay, so they're gonna destroy, do a little ramp.
Try that again. I dare you.
Ooh, there's a stone coil serpent. Actually, yeah, this is a pretty sweet trick. So we're gonna -2 on this. We're gonna tap this and cast this for 5 mana.
I brought friends.
Bring this out. And hey, another stone coil serpent on top if we want to. Do we? Not really, but it's a fun thought. So then now we can proliferate. Why not? Well, here's the casualties of war, probably. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They do have the mana. Ooh, it's a Liliana. Okay. A Lily, eh?
From battle to the grave.
Bye-bye, serpents.
Death is enlightened.
Well, they might have Command the Dread Horde, so it might not be a bad idea to Scorching Dragonfire. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna play the Royal Scion.
With my sister by my side, I do not fear the unknown.
We're going to boop this.
No, defeat. What a dread.
Vigilance again.
We will adapt to any threat.
Let this tap. Proliferate our Planeswalkers. We're gonna draw.
To know is to triumph.
Hey, Stone Coil Serpent. Boop. Dig-o. So did they have a Liliana number 2 or Casualties of War? If they don't, then we should have the game. In theory. We're gonna make a sacrifice. We'll sacrifice the serpent. Okay, so then we're gonna play this out. Play a land. Play this. Which then allows us to play another land, which allows us to proliferate. Then we're going to activate this. Play another land, allows us to proliferate. Then we're just going to -8.
Maneuver into position.
Charge and strike.
Then we'll just create one with Trample. Pass the turn, see if our opponent has a trick up their sleeve. If not, we should be good. Okay, that's a Liliana.
Exciting for me.
Okay, opponent. Do you have a Liliana's Triumph? No? Banshee Flourishing, though, is really good. That does prevent quote-unquote lethal, though we have a Nissa who shades the world in hand. And the opponent kind of realizes, yep, they're dead. Game 1 with Genesis Ultimatum Super Friends. Okay, I gotta think of a better name for the deck, but still, nevertheless. Ooh. And we got an M20 gym reward. I'm not gonna complain. More gyms, pourquoi pas. Anyway, another round. We're gonna go against Kotsa20, I believe is how you pronounce their username. Okay, this hand's decent. We do have a Nissa, we have a Growth Spyro. We can use the Fabled Passage to go get a force, so I believe this is a keep. I still like the Godzilla promo, basic land art, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not like the biggest kaiju fan in the world, but it is just so cool to kind of see this art, I'm not gonna lie. Can't wait to get it. Well, whenever I get that. I think it said it was supposed to be shipping in August. I think? In due time, as they say. In due time. Anyway. I'm gonna activate this, go get a forest. Well, we're going to get some mono red, so this is one of the deck's weakness, since unless we draw one of our really early game blockers, we're in a pickle, one could say, or an Uro would be very nice. Speaking of which, okay. Well, they always have the second one. Okay, well, we're definitely not attack blocking because they're first strike, so oof. Okay, so we're gonna have to do this. Growth Spiral. Getting a Vivian is nice, I'm not gonna lie. Evolution Sage, perfect. We're gonna keep that on top. We're gonna have to get out more damage in the noggin, which is nothing I really want, to be honest with ya. We could also just play Nissa, who shakes the world. Yeah, we kind of really don't got a choice. We gotta block it. Yeah, let's play the threat here.
I will protect the virtue of this world.
Sure.
The land shall conquer you.
Well, they have the shock. They have the shock. Actually, I think we are. Or just a second cavalcade. Wow, we just got mono red. Yeah. To be fair, there was a few misplays there. I should have actually turned to Growth Spiral to actually do a lot more ramp, which then would allow the Stone Coil Serpent to be a little bit bigger. That is one thing about mono red archetypes. If you misplay just a little bit, you do have the prone to get wiped out pretty quick, but that is the typical with early game aggro decks, so misplays on my end, I'm not gonna lie. Anyway, let's play another round. So we're going against Soul Stalker. Okie dokie. So let's see, is this hand a good hand? And we got a turn for Royal Scions. We can... I kind of want to get like a Growth Spiral. Better, but not great. We can toss the Jace. I was hoping for a Growth Spiral, but this is fine. I will take an Uro, then. I will. So our opponent is probably playing Absent Auras, is my logical guess there. Good deck archetype. Okay, so we're gonna play this. If we can get an untapped land source, we can play Nissa, who shakes the world next turn. I could also see an argument of just playing Migration Path, getting 2 more basics to help feed into the Genesis Ultimatum. Though a Shamra is tempting. Certified Ramp? Or just play Shanra and see what we get. Well, let's see. They have... Here's the way I'm going to look at it. we're gonna play this out. They have Mythos mana up, so I would rather just, quote-unquote, get the Mythos out of the way if they have it. They're not showing it. Oh, is it Absent Kitties? Is it Absent Mutate Kitties? Or is it Absent Mutate? It could be an Absent Mutate deck. Would be kind of cool, I'm not gonna lie. So we're gonna plus. We get a land. I don't mind that. You know, keep that on top's not a bad idea. Because what we're gonna do here is we're going to Migration Path. We're just going to go get Forced. Forced? They're probably going to mutate that into a dirge. Well, they don't. Do they? No, they don't have enough mana just yet. So they can't do the dirge bat mutate yet, but they could mutate another Cub Warden onto this and just make a bunch of cat tokens. Or just make us drain a few bits of life. Yep, that's fair. I do have to admit, it is nice to see people using the Mutate deck and using the Season of Growth, especially in a deck with Cub Warden. That's actually really clever. Especially since you can scry with the cat tokens being generated by the Cub Warden. Very clever deck. I'm going to say that right off the bat. Soul Stalker, very clever. Okay, so they're going to swing in Chandra, which we don't mind, because that just means boop to the opponent's face. Though it's kind of a negative boop to an extent, because they have lifelink, so I guess it's a neutral? Neutral-ish? Yeah, sure. Let's play the Genesis Ultimatum. Boop, 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 boop. Pay to life.
I would like to test a new hypothesis with you.
We'll put that on the bottom. And let's see.
It's just gonna be bad for you.
Honestly, just want to get a mountain. And we could just Growth Spire here, or we can Scorching Dragonfire. You know what? Actually, what I want to do here is see if we can get Evolution Sage.
I know I noted this somewhere.
Nope, no cigar. Okay, then we'll Growth Spiral. Okay, not a Dirge Bat, but still a good card. So it mutated 2 times, so I'm going to activate this ability 2 times. Yikes. Interesting enough, they decided to go for the Tameo.
I have learned all I can.
Witness the tides that bind us all. Sit back and watch it burn.
We could just plus this, make a ridiculously big Hydra Crisis, and save the Genesis Ultimatum for later, which I like that play, actually. So we're gonna do that.
Harness the elements.
We'll make one for about... That's what kind of what I wanted the sea there. So we could just play that out, but I think it's better to play the Monstrous Advocate.
I will let cities encroach on the wilds no longer.
We'll make one of Reach just in case if they
We will
evolve a
adapt to
Dirge
any
Bat.
threat.
This is... They probably got the edge here, especially since they had a way to filter for their deck a lot. Okay, no Dirge Bat, but still, they're going to get a lot of permanents, so... And the best part is they actually are able to... This is a really cool synergy, so they can scry before they actually activate the mutate ability of the Starets. That's really cool. I'm not gonna lie. That's a really cool synergy. I'm kind of nerding out on this deck, I'm not gonna lie. But I think it's safe to say we're in a bit of a... Oh, dear. Now this is a cool deck. Okay, we'll see how they attack, and we're going to try to block to at least protect. Nissa would be nice to protect, but probably Vivian. Sure, we will jump block with this. Okay, well, time to see if we can make this work. We're going to play the Evolution Sage. We're at a -2 the Vivian.
Savagery.
We're going to Stone Coil Serpent for 4. Yet another Evolution Sage. Play our land per turn. That allows us to proliferate. Then we'll Genesis Ultimatum. That gets us our another one. That also gets me a lead. Sure, we will pay the 2 life.
I'd like to stay out of this, but I'll fight if I must.
Which then allows us to proliferate. Proliferate. Proliferate.
Behold, nature's true power.
We could play Evolve the Wilds, or we could just Uro. I guess we do have a land already in hand, so we could just Uro now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Proliferate, proliferate, proliferate. Oh yeah, we can actually do the ultimate Muyan Li or make a flyer, but for the moment, yeah, I do think Escape to the Wilds actually makes a lot more sense here. Then we can play that. Proliferate, proliferate, proliferate. Proliferate, proliferate, proliferate. Proliferate, proliferate, proliferate. And that should be lethal because we get -7 this, deal 7 damage to the opponent.
Oh, it's you burning.
Then we play the Royal Scions. If we can't... No, we can't. Can we? Oh, wait, yeah. Now, we actually will +2 this, make it lose flying, and that was lethal. Yeah! Oh my, I cannot believe we won that. Whew, okay, I think that's a good one to stop the video for tonight. Thank you all for seeing the shenanigans of Genesis of the Sparks. That's what I called the deck. Anyway, I hope you all have a lovely night, or day, depending on when you're watching this video. I'll talk more about Core Set upcoming once the official spoilers get done, which I think it's on Monday or Tuesday. I'm definitely going to plan some stuff for that, just like, you know, do my usual top 10 cards, keep an eye out for it, stuff like that. Anyway, I hope you all have a lovely week, and hope you enjoyed the video. Wow, I had a brain fart there. Anyway, see y'all later, and I hope you enjoy another episode of the Brewing Labs. This is LevDev, signing out. Bada beep, bada boop.